From the governor's office? Like you said a few words.
My name is Deb Heinrich. I'm the nonprofit liaison to Governor Malloy. I had a few things I wanted to say this morning. I think several of our speakers really did a nice job explaining what's going on. There are messages being sent here, and I wanted to talk about some of those messages. Yes, we often work on issues like women's health care in a bipartisan way. I served on the Public Health Committee for many years, and there were Republican and Democratic legislators that we worked with very closely on these issues. However, I wanted to point out a change that has happened recently. This year, the Republican leadership in the House and the Senate removed all the women off the Public Health Committee, all the Republican women, and replaced them with Republican men who have been very vocal in their opposition to certain parts of women's health care and their support for limiting women's health care in certain ways. I think that sends an incredibly strong message of where the leadership in the Republican House and Senate is going, to populate a committee very specifically and very meaningfully with people who are sending this message, and that's why you're going to start to see these kinds of amendments that are coming up. It's a message, and it's an attack. And I hope that we can move back to where we're working more cooperatively. And I hope we can see the importance of how these kind of attacks affect not only the ideological points that they're trying to make, but healthcare in general. Planned Parenthood is health care for poor women and families. I utilized Planned Parenthood when I was in graduate school. It was my primary source of health care, and it was critical to me. And if I hadn't had Planned Parenthood, I would not have had health care. And that's what I used it for, health care. The vast, vast majority of what Planned Parenthood does is women's health care. And so these ideological battles that we are fighting affect more than just the ideology that they're trying to push forward. They affect a greater percentage of healthcare than they would like to admit. So I hope that we can name it for what it is and possibly change their mind so that they understand that they're attacking more than just a woman's right to choose. They're attacking healthcare for poor women.